Hello, it's me, Elliot. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to be posting here once a week. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like while you're at it. What do I want to talk about right now? Oh my gosh. So, not that long ago, I went out and I saw my first movie by myself. Never done this before. I always go, when I go and watch movies, it's with somebody else. Not this time. This time, I went by myself. It was like $7 for the ticket. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely love the fact that it was only $7 for me to go see a movie. Elliot, what movie did you watch? What movie did you watch? I watched a film called The Immortal Bloodlines. It's a Lupin the Third film. The hell is Lupin the Third? Let me tell you. Oh boy, let me tell you. I have loved Lupin the Third. I enjoyed it for a while. Maybe 2 years ago, I got really into it. Those of you who don't know, who are finding this video, I'll give you very quickly a little rundown, because pretty much everybody who does a video on Lupin the Third gives you the rundown. Basically, I don't want to do it too much. I just want to talk about it a little bit. I'll give you some context. Lupin the Third is about a group of criminals who are led by Lupin the Third, the greatest thief of our time, and his sidekicks, like his gang members, who is Daisuke Jigen, who is the only American person in the group, American guy in the group. He's the gunman, because of course the American's going to be the guy with the guns. He's the best shot. He shoots all the things. Then there's Goemon, who is a Japanese samurai. He cuts all the things. And then there's Fujiko, who is the only woman in the group, and she seduces all the people. I hate to say it, it's a very simple premise, but it fits into so many things. It works so well. They're chased around by a cop from the ICPO named Zenigata. You do have to suspend some disbelief for the show. For those of you who don't know, the actual ICPO, pretty sure, not actually able to make any arrests. But for this series, for this show, Zenigata, Inspector Zenigata from the ICPO has been tasked with arresting Lupin the Third. Goofy stuff. They go around, the gang goes around from place to place, being chased by Zenigata, committing crimes while Zenigata tries to catch them. Simplest thing in the world. Nobody's ever heard of it here in the States. I went to this movie, I saw this movie in the theaters. There's one other guy there. In Pickerington, Ohio. Suburb, Pickerington. One other guy there. I was walking out of the movie theater. He looked at me and he said, I could have sworn I was going to be the only person watching this film. I said, me too. But I want to talk about my love for Lupin the Third. I told you about the characters. I told you the premise. Let me sell you on it now. It has been the launching point for a number of directors and animators in anime. For those who've been living under a rock, don't know who Hayao Miyazaki is. Some of his most early work and his first ever film that he directed was Lupin the Third and the Castle of Cagliostro. He did a bunch of work on the tail end of Lupin the Third Part 1, which was the first show that ever came out for this guy. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I forget his first name. His last name is Koike. This Koike guy, he was a character designer for Lupin the Third in 2012, and they later just gave him a directing role for a number of films. The film that I saw in the theater that I mentioned earlier was one of his films. They're absolutely amazing films for the most part. If you know, you know. You gotta kind of be ready for it. Gotta be into that kind of thing for his films. I do recommend you check him out, especially if you like, say, like Pulp Fiction. This is like the Pulp Fiction version of anime, is Koike's Lupin the Third films. He's made like 5 of them now. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Like peak, not all peak. 2 peak, maybe 3. 2 or 3 peak films. And the other 2 are kind of just but Lupin the Third, it runs on negative continuity. What does this mean? You know the 5 characters, you can pretty much get into almost any Lupin the Third thing. Some people, they see Lupin the Third, the most recent non-spin-off show was Lupin the Third Part 6. You don't have to know anything about Lupin the Third in order to just watch Lupin the Third Part 6. You can just do it. They're upfront with you. They tell you everybody's names, kinda like right off the bat. And they very, very skillfully show you what each character is about, just through their actions and their first, like what they say, what they do within the first couple of minutes of any given episode or show when it starts off. And because of that, it is a very accessible anime. I know a lot of people, they go into an anime and they say, oh, hey, Part 6, it's season 6. I'm not going to be able to catch up with this. It's been going on since the 70s. Ignore that. Negative continuity. Literally watch it if you want to watch it. If you don't like the 70s style stuff from Part 2, which you don't, Part 2 is like Essential Lupin, you don't have to watch it. If you don't like modern animation that much, you don't have to watch Parts 4, 5, and 6. It's good. Lupin. Part 6, I'm iffy on sometimes. But I mean, like, Part 4 is completely free on YouTube, on the TMS YouTube channel, except for like 1 episode. Part 5, the first handful of episodes are free on YouTube, on the TMS channel as well. It's purchasable on YouTube. There's absolutely no way to find it physically in the United States in region unless you fork over like $250, $300, which I did not do. I bought it on YouTube. There's going to be a train going by here. Get ready for that. And like Part 6 is pretty much, it was like $50 on Amazon. You can get Part 6 pretty easily here in the States, in region, surprisingly. There's so much stuff. There's a spin-off show that is like an alternate origin story for the group called A Woman Called Fujiko Mine, which was released in 2012. The first ever, I'm pretty sure it's the first anime that was ever directed by a female director who went on and created Yuri on Ice. Like, the person who made Yuri on Ice first made a Lupin the Third spin-off show about Fujiko Mine. Absolutely great show if you're okay with very adult things in it. Most of Lupin the Third is not adult. Obviously Part 4 is on YouTube. It's PG-13. Pretty convenient, pretty nice show. Conventional, I guess I should say, for Lupin the Third. And there are so many movies. There's so many movies. The best ones that I've seen has been Castle of Cagliostro, which was Hayao Miyazaki's first ever film. Fuma Conspiracy, which is like a cult classic for the Lupin the Third franchise. And then Lupin the Third's first film, which everybody loves, which I've got to remember the name of right now because I actually haven't even seen it. It's the one with not the new one with the raisin guy, the old one with the raisin guy. Mystery of Mamo. That's it. That's the name of the film, is Mystery of Mamo. Guys, I don't know what else I have to say in order to convince you to want to see this show. It's Cowboy Bebop, but it lasts longer. Literally, it's just kind of fun. It's just mindless fun. It's not really a deep story unless you're watching A Woman Called Fujiko Mine, in which case it gets super deep and super in your face about like what it is to be a person. But outside of that, everything is just kind of a goof. You're there to have fun. The gang's there to have fun. Rob a bank. Get chased around by Zenigata. Watch this show! Don't buy physical copies though, because it is so hard to find physical copies, and I want those physical copies. I just got a non-region DVD player, and I need those Region B DVDs. Please don't buy them. I'm trying to buy them on eBay and Amazon and all that. Anyways, thank you for listening to me rant here a little bit about Lupin the Third and how much you need to watch it because it's everywhere. If you've enjoyed this, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.